Thanks to ICT, Mr. Shivakumar and Anbu for giving this opportunity. I think many of the principals and placement officers were wondering that a lot of IT is there and why not manufacturing. And thank you for giving opportunity to manufacturing sector. And Stephen, my good friend, is here, and I'm here from representing the manufacturing. Lot of were talked about right from morning, very much applies to manufacturing also. Maybe it's not in that pace, but then definitely if we are also not ready for this revolution, we will be lost. So that way, manufacturing also is going to play a very important role in this transformation. I'm very, very proud to be here in Madurai, the TVS birthplace. So I'm very feeling great and happy and to be present in front of all of you. 10 years back, we never knew that these things will be there. And people who are working in web, marketing, mobile phones were not aware that their job did exist. Again, from now, what for the next 20 years, nobody knows. And it is in one survey, it is said that 60% of the best jobs in the next 10 years is not even invented yet. So, with that being the case, that a lot of new things are going to come up. So, for which are we preparing our people? That's what is more important. And the law of accelerating, I think this is one very famous saying that predictions that Mr. Kurzweil has done is that in the 20 years, he has predicted that 20,000 years of progress would be crammed into 100 years. If that being the case, look at the changes that we are going to face in the years to come, and how are we going to gear up and be ready for the future. That's again a very important aspect, and that's what all these conferences on the future of job is talking about, and it's becoming a buzzword in the many conferences in India and abroad. So the forces changing right from morning, people have been talking about it. Technology game changer, globalization, workplace change, and demographic change is going to happen. And in terms of automation, if I would like to relate again with manufacturing. TVS is a very traditional and progressive company. We have changed a lot in terms of, we have brought in robots in the press shops and in the foundry areas where human fatigue, and also in terms of lifting heavy equipments and other things. There we have brought in robots without affecting the employability of people. And at the same time, we have also into development of equipment. We have a team, a technology development team, which works continuously on building machinery for our own requirement. So that being the case, like Stephen was saying, that the skill set is not going to be just mechanical alone. It's going to be more of electronics. And that's the reason why many of the manufacturing organizations would be looking for mechatronics people, so that we could get the benefit of mechanical as well as electronics. So we have a separate team which works on technology development, which builds machinery for our own use, and we also do exports to a few other countries. So other things are social network. A lot has been talked about it, and robo in action, and turning offices in smart places. There's a lot of prediction happening that I think many of you would have heard about that. It's already in place that when you're traveling in car, you switch off your home ACs through a remote. The same way, I think offices are going to come in terms of the blinds are going to get changed based on the sun rays. And a lot of other things are going to happen in that manner. And similarly, the bring your own equipment, I think that's catching up. In many places, I think it's already done in IT, and then even in manufacturing, few segments, people are allowed to bring their iPads, then their own PCs. Only challenge there is again the data security. I think that we may have to work on how to protect our own interests matters, because now everything is becoming cloud, so people are able to work from wherever they want, and that's the another big change that even in manufacturing it's catching up. So technology advances, and there's a lot of people available. 1 billion people are available from various countries. One end, the other end, there's a lot of skill gaps. So there's a big difference. People are available, but then right set of people are not available, and that's going to be a big more challenge. And talent management is going to be a very, very critical skill and important aspect of, and that's a big challenge for HR fraternity. So the youth, people have talked about youths of India. I would definitely subscribe to endorse Stephen and Captain Partha that youngsters today are very, very energetic and they want to do a lot of things, and given the opportunity, definitely they will do. It's only a question of giving it to them and allowing them to perform, giving them a lot of freedom and thing. That's where is a challenge, like for a company like me, where 5 generation people are working. I have a traditionalist, I have 75-year-old people working for me in my company. I also have 25 years youngster working for the organization. So managing these 4 to 5 generation people is going to be a challenge for a company like me, and especially the other companies. At least definitely, if not 4 or 5, at least 2 to 3 generations are going to work there. So it's going to be more of collaboration, not in terms of individual players. That plan is gone, and people are expecting work-life balance. And we in our organization are every trainee who joins our organization will have to undergo yoga classes. We train them apart from the technical skills. So their training is for about 2 weeks. In those 2 weeks, we teach them that every day morning they have to come do yoga, go have breakfast, and then come and attend their classes. So that's how we have been doing it. So we're preparing people so that, and also we are also a lot of entertainments happening even in the manufacturing setup. Every evening we have some activity or the other, so people are able to balance their work as well as their recreation. So that's another very important trend, and it's easily possible in an IT and ITS segment, whereas definitely it's a big challenge in manufacturing. You may wonder why this guy is talking about it, but the guy who's doing the facing manufacturing setup, only will be able to know the challenges behind it, and that's big change that I would say that we have also brought into the manufacturing sector. There's a prediction that no desks are going to be there. People are going to stand and work. It is because that people are going to work collaboratively, and people have to finish things as early as possible. And today, many places are becoming like this, and it is also going to be activity-based. Because I would give an example here again from manufacturing side. We have formed a lot of cross-functional teams. Cost has become a very, very critical factor. Every customer is expecting a reduction year after year, and naturally the employee salaries have to increase year after year. But the only way to do is to bring in new innovation and to bring in cost-cutting method in forms of alternative material, alternative reduction in process time. So a lot of work is happening in that front, and I'm sure in IT, much more things are happening. This is again another trend which people with Partha has said that people are looking for passion, to follow their passion, and definitely in US you would have heard that people go for weekends and then come straight away to work on Monday. I think in India it's going to catch up very soon, and people are going to spend their weekends somewhere else and then straight away drive to office, probably have a shower in the office and then start working there in the workplace. Diversity, Again, manufacturing diversity is a big challenge, but we are trying to work on that. We have been inducting hundreds and hundreds of people every year women employee, youngsters, diploma holders, and we are also, Brex India is more a traditional South Indian company. We have broken that myth and we have span across throughout India. We have about 16 locations in India, and we have moved people from south to east and west, and moved people from north and west to south. So that way also the diversity, we are able to balance the diversity, and lot more we can do. And as we go, I think we may have to work a more focused way, and then we have to achieve the diversity trend. We are not able to show like what 40%, 50% people are talking about it. We are not there in that league. We are definitely, but we are slowly increasing the number year after year. This is another very important aspect which is catching up, mentoring, reverse mentoring and co-mentoring. We also do a lot of work in that front in our organization. People learn from youngsters, people learn from others, and that's going to be the order of the day. And I would like to say from Brex India's point of view, the flexibility is, I don't know whether, how many of you would be able to appreciate flexi system in a manufacturing setup. We have brought in flexi hours from a manufacturing setup. Of course, not in the manufacturing area, but in the other functions, corporate functions. People are not working 6 days. They can do it in 48 hours in a week. Either if they wish, they can do it in 6 days, or if they want to do it in 5 days itself, they can do it. But every day, between Monday to Friday, they have to be in the office between 9 to 5 as long as they are in the town. If they are traveling and going on some other work, they need not be available. So these are some of the things that we have brought in, change in flexibility in the in manufacturing us. And also, we have also given work from home, which definitely we unheard in a manufacturing setup. A lot of IT companies do it, but then in manufacturing, we have also started slowing, doing it in pockets, but it's not everywhere, but doing it in pockets. So, and this is another very important, I think many of the IT companies are already brought in. They have the sleeping pads. So they take rest in the evening and then in the afternoon and then work. So this is again going to be very, very thing. In our case, what we are doing is we are trying to bring in a lot of health conscious activities in terms of bringing speakers and giving them more inputs in terms of how to maintain health. That's very, very aspects that we have been, whatever little we could do, we are trying to do in our end. This is again a very important thing that is happening in throughout the country. Social media, even our people are very savvy. And manufacturing, youngsters want the social media to be used inside the organization. We have not so far, we have allowed them, but then we gone. I don't think we have more days to be regimental like that. I think we also have to break the ice and then bring in one day or the other, so that it's going to be more beneficial to the organization and the individual, rather than looking at it and trying to be more dictatorial. The incentives, there's not going to be not much of more of compensation as going to definitely going to change. It is going to be more in terms of how are we going to engage them and provide them the benefits in terms of annual benefits and incentives, which that's what is going to catch up rather than the fixed salary. Definitely, morning people were talking about it, performance management system. A lot of changes has happened. In our end also, we have brought our PMS into cloud. It's an online based. We are all about 2-3 years back, we were only a paper pencil model, we are using it, but we have now in the last 3-4 years, we have brought into online, and I'm sure whatever Savita was talking in terms of project based is going to be and we are going to move out of the bell curve, a distributed the model in terms of A's and B's and C's. So I think it's going to be more measurement is going to happen in terms of the projects and what performance that individual has done rather than fixing up to a limit to every individual. It's definitely a big task for us. We have been questioned by the youngsters, and that's what made us to think about it. We have not yet achieved it, but then we are working in terms of how we should bring in the change, and so that it is beneficial to the organization as well as to the individuals. And for one of time, I'm just, this is very, very important one. I happened to read an article, and I thought I should definitely share with you people. This is what going to be the titles, I believe. Job titles are going to be in the years to come. I think it's very, very, I don't think we would have heard about it. I think, and then maybe 5 to 10 years later, I think we could realize that such kind of things have come. This is again evolution of organization. It's changed from a centralized location to global, from a silos to connected workforce, needs to wants, adapt to quick to adapt, innovation centralized rather than from centralized to innovation anywhere and everywhere, and from a traditional hierarchy to a flat hierarchy. And of course, manufacturing expects loyalty. I don't think we can expect more loyalty. Maybe we could short tenure. And what is that individual has done, value added to himself and to the organization, what is going to matter a lot in the years to come. So what is that? These are some of these skills, expectations of the industry, survey done. These are the competencies which the industry is expecting from the youngsters. So, of which I would probably, these three C's are very, very critical and very important, and lot more was spoken about it. In manufacturing, we have a lot of engineers. They are not able to articulate and write a decent English. Morning, Savita was saying, a guy is writing, I herewith attach myself. Instead of saying that, I attach a document or something like that, he says, I herewith attach myself. So that's the thing. And so what we are doing is, we are spending almost every week 2 hours. We have created a club, English-speaking club. We assemble people. We allow them to freely talk on various subjects. So everybody is given 2 to 3 minutes time. The topics are given spontaneous, so they have to come and talk in front of others. So this one is we are building confidence. We are able to help them to learn language from others, and in the process they were able to do wonderful. So we have done about 5 batches, and this has been working out very effectively for us. And one very important aspect which I would like institutions to take it up is, this is one very, very important, like others said, English speaking is going to be very, very important, because a lot of multinational organizations are in India, and people have to work elsewhere too. So these are going to be definitely going to be the challenges for HR. And from the institution's point of view, what the industry expects in terms of the youngsters is, build a positive attitude building to the individual, build values for him. It's not that we want we want people to be fundamentally strong, and definitely the other aspects which you have talked about are very, very important. And in such situation, I'm sorry, there's some mistake here, this should not come there. Organization institutions, are we ready for this revolution? It's a big question, and definitely we have to jointly do it and prepare ourselves and take it forward. There's no other question. Definitely we may have to do it, but then it requires a lot of determination and patience, and we need to work together to make it happen. With this, I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much. Did I finish it?